Hi, everybody. This week we're going to be learning about the dark. I'm going to go through the slideshow with you. I will be doing the reading so you don't have to. We're going to start off with a quote. The Dark Ages is a term applied in the widest sense to that period of intellectual depression in the history of Europe from the establishment of the barbarian supremacy in the 5th century, which was 400 AD, to the revival of learning at about the beginning of the 15th, 1400 AD, thus nearly corresponding in extent with the Middle Ages. And this comes from the American Encyclopedia, a popular dictionary of general knowledge, which is from a group of encyclopedias published in New York. It was sold across the country in the years right after the Civil War, so the late 1800s. Now, if we talk about the background of the Dark Ages, it was the time period following the fall of Rome in Europe, and it's known as the Dark Ages. Some people call it the Dark Ages. The term implies that the time between the fall of the Roman Empire and the European Renaissance was a period of decline for Europe, meaning Europe was just really, especially after the plague, was in a bad place. This time is also called the Middle Ages because it falls in the middle of two important time periods, the Classical period, which was in Greece and Rome, and the European Renaissance. Why would people call it dark? It's kind of a metaphor of dark and light. It was originally used by Christians to describe the darkness people lived in before God sent Jesus Christ to bring light to the world. Okay, so this time period they were saying would be before that, before the light came. Petrarch was an Italian scholar during the 1300s who loved Greek and Roman writing. He used the terms dark and light to describe learning instead of religion. He believed that Europe was in the dark after the light of the Greek and Roman empires were gone. So in this case, they're talking about religion, but they're also talking about the differences after the fall of the Greek and Roman Empire. Historians and others, since Petrarch, continue to use the phrase Dark Ages. They argued that during the centuries following the fall of the Roman Empire, Europe was in a state of culture where a time that did not support learning, created very little culture, like art and literature and architecture, was repeatedly invaded, had no central government, had a bad economy, and was basically a miserable place to live. That's why they called it the Dark Ages. But now, today, many historians disagree with this term. They think it's not the proper way to describe the period of time. But people continue to use the term Dark Ages. So what do you think? Was Europe really in a dark age for almost 900 years? And this is what we are going to be investigating this week. The question is, was the time period between 400 AD and 1400 AD a dark age for Europe? Was this a time of cultural decay and decline? I will see you in class as we work through this question.